Welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday. We got a special guest riding with us here this evening. Prepping with Sarge is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. It's All Hallows Eve on a We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Livingston man, roll that beautiful bean footage.
We're muted in stream.
Chat on this is bogus, man. Stinks.
You have to hover on it. The fuck's this shit? Oh. Yeah, glad I seen that. My microphone is muted.
Booyah. We all gonna die Wednesday. Just like that. What's good, everybody? How y'all doing this evening? Greenleaf, KC, Little Al, Tucked by V, Grit and Gray, Scorpion Metals, Gypsy, Teresa Buchanan, Scott Hummer, Rural 2IC, Wolfang in the house, Teresa Buchanan, Johnny Preps. What's happening, everybody? Hope you all are having a wonderful We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Roll it again, but with audio, please. Oh, no, really?
Again with this horse shit.
Oh, man.
You know what? You're just going to have to imagine it because I don't know, man.
Yeah, totally should have worked.
I can speak for everybody that's going to be sitting in on this show tonight that Rumble and whatever we're trying to do here is acting all stupid tonight.
Yes, it's very, very true. We are having some glitches, shall we say. But without any further
Can you
ado,
hear us now, though?
Yeah, can you hear us
talking,
now?
We're just
can
bunch
you,
of...
Yeah, can you hear me?
We're going to do them like that, man. Not going to play him the song. It's
we hear you. Okay. Thank you, Prepping Mantis. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. But without any further ado, let's bring up our guest for this evening. I don't want to keep him hiding in the back room. Livingston, man, give us Prepping with Sarge. What's up, brother?
Talk at your
hang on. Yeah, for some reason your mic is muted. You got it. Yeah. Thing.
I got it now.
What's good, Sarge? Good to see you, brother.
What's good? Hey, everybody in chat. Hey, how's everybody in Gotham doing tonight? We are definitely experiencing some technical difficulties tonight. So thanks,
everybody.
Like
the Batman villain right about now. I really am.
Yeah, you got to turn your volume up a little bit, I think, Livingston, man, because even I'm having trouble hearing you in my headphones.
How about now?
There you go. Much better.
Hi, everybody.
Much better. Sarge, man, so good to finally have you on the channel, bro. We came up on these YouTube streets together. We both started about the same time.
Yeah.
And constant grind, man. Constant grind. You know?
It is, yeah. I know last night when you guys were talking about on the Four Horsemen stream, the live streams only had like 36 hours of shelf life. I was thinking about that today as I was thinking about this, right? Like it's weird. I don't know why, but if you think about it, right, you almost never see somebody's live stream suggested in like when you're just like watching YouTube, right? It'll show you their videos, but it almost never shows you their for your next suggested for your next video, a live stream. So I don't know what that's about. It's kind of weird because they usually have really good watch time, right? Like most of your audience stays through the whole thing. But yeah, we came up together, and you guys were on my channel not too long ago. It was only a couple months ago. So
yeah, it was a blast, man. Thank you for having us.
thanks for having me over here. I was definitely looking forward to getting together again. And I know we talked about maybe in January, you guys have come back over to my place too. So
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Without question. Without question. Happy to be there. Happy to be
appreciate
there.
it.
So, we've got, we kind of got back to the basics. We hit 100 We All Gonna Die Wednesdays, and it was like, man, what's next with the We All Gonna Die Wednesday? So I kind of figured we should just maybe start over, start at the basics. And we did the 101, right? Right. We did the 101, and took folks back to the basics. And I figured tonight we could do a little more advanced preparedness, maybe beyond the basics. What are some things that folks might not be thinking about at home that's beyond basic preparedness, and onto the more intermediate, I would say. Not the extreme, not the severe doomsday. You're not digging bunkers in your backyard right now, but maybe a little more advanced. So I've thought, what a better person to pick their brain on this topic than prepping with Sarge, because he dabbles in a little bit of things, man. If you guys don't know Prepping with Sarge's channel, you have to subscribe. You got to check him out. Fantastic content. If you are into pocket knives at all, or flashlights, or maybe stacking gold or silver, something like that, Sarge is your guy, man. Sarge is your guy. He's your go-to. He's got some advice for you guys. And what do you think, Sarge? What's some of the more advanced things that we can get into as preppers that will take us beyond the basics?
Well, you mentioned gold and silver. We can definitely talk about that a little bit tonight. It's always a little bit controversial with the prepping community, and I'm happy to speak to that. I like to talk, you guys, for some of your audience might not know, I'm a trauma therapist and mostly work with first responders and veterans at this point. Been in the field of mental health for a long time. So I like to talk about mental health as it relates to prepping. And I think that's something most people don't think about, like, Absolutely. I think we all have this like tendency to think of ourselves as like, last man standing kind of thing. And I'm tough and that kind of thing. But as a trauma therapist who's worked with, and I've worked with guys who are like infantry, I've worked with guys who are special forces, I've worked with guys who've walked into a house fire to pull out people. And, we all might think that we're that person, but the reality is you're genetically coded for fight, flight, or freeze, and you don't really get to choose. You can go to basic training, or you can go to fire academy, or you can go to police academy, and you can train out of what your genetic coding is into fight, right? And that's what they do for people in basic training or police academy, is you train out of freeze and flight into fight. But what really happens in your body is you don't get to decide in that moment. It's decided for you, because the part of the brain that handles that it's back here, and it's down the bottom of your brain. It's kind of the oldest part of our evolutionary brain. It's the amygdala and the hippocampus, and that takes over in an emergency. And it's coded by your DNA, by, what you evolved out of. So if you came from a long line of flight DNA, you probably have flight DNA, and that's not a bad thing. It's a survival thing. But if you think that you're going to be the guy that runs into the fire and you've not taken any training on that, you're going to be surprised when that happens.
When the brain starts releasing the chemicals, the body doesn't have much of a choice. It's just going to kind of do its thing, But like you said, it's good to know that there are ways to train yourself out of that response. That's a big thing. So the folks out there who think that, I'm just going to run away, I could never stand and face my issues like that. You can be done. It can be done, but you've got to go about it the right way. So I think that's fantastic, man. That's a great topic of discussion, because it's going to, if things go the way the preppers think it's going to go, and not so good, then it's going to be really important to know what your response is going to be to a traumatic situation, and stand and face that now and say, okay, this is probably going to happen if I'm faced with this, and I can resolve it this way. It's important for people to work through these things ahead of time, because if it blindsides you, you're going to be the freeze category, right? It's fight, flight, or freeze.
Fight, flight, freeze. And there's a fourth one that's not talked about as much called fawn. And fawn is when so if, let's say, for example, you were coming out of a bar, it's late at night, you're walking, trying to get to your car, and somebody comes up behind you and puts a gun on you. Fawn would be, hey man, here's my money. Don't, I don't want any trouble. Now, I would say that's also maybe a smart idea, because your money's not worth as much as your life, right? But again, it's not so much like, for most people, it's not really even going to be a choice. It's just going to be, if you haven't thought about it and trained on it, it's just going to be your body's going to make a choice for you. And but that's basically what fawn is like trying to placate the threat to survive.
Very cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know. See,
you don't see it as much. Yeah.
You learn something new every day. I think a lot of folks actually fall into that category. I've seen, that's kind of what they teach people nowadays, is to go into fawn mode. Just give them everything and comply your way out of a bad situation. Yeah. So do you think maybe they're trying to gear people more towards that kind of mental, just give up and give in and give everything to whoever asks for it, because they are the position of authority now?
Ooh, hadn't thought of it like that. I hadn't thought of it like a...
It could be, man. I don't know. It's something about that little conversation just made that click in my head. So I had to ask.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think in a lot of circumstances, it is the smarter move, right? Like if you can, obviously, if you can walk away from a situation that's dangerous, that's a better situation than fighting in most cases, right?
Absolutely.
If you can't walk away from it, if you can placate your way out of it, that's, in most cases, that's going to be the better choice. But if you can't placate your way out and you can't walk out, then do you know how to fight?
Yeah, that's a big one. And that's, that comes with a lot of decisions, a lot of ramifications.
Sorry, a nuclear powered fucking train just drove by, or whatever that was. I don't know if you guys heard that shit.
The ICBMs are on the move. It's a we all gonna die Wednesday.
A little radiation spilled, hence all the green tonight.
yeah, got us.
Secret of the ooze, man. You guys getting real deep, man. I was gonna do my traditional wise ass shit where I chime in and stuff, but I actually respect Sarge's message so much that I held off, because I was like, no, I actually am not gonna commodize this. Is that a word? If it ain't, it is now.
Well, I mean, we can. I mean, there's
Well, but I was really like just feeling everything you just said there. But what if I must say, my one takeaway was, so being a bitch is in your blood. Okay. It explains so many people to me. I understand.
I think it's a little bit easier for us guys to try to like get an idea of where you might lie on that, right? So if you think back to middle school, right, playground stuff, and maybe women can too. I don't know. I can't speak to that, right? But for guys, like those playground fights. So think about yourself in that situation. Were you the guy that was trying to not go out to the playground because you knew there could be a fight? Were you the guy that just froze up and didn't know what to do? Were you the guy that said, hey, man, I don't want any problem. Here's my milk money? Or were you the guy that was like, all right, it's on,
Hey, give me your lunch money right now.
Right. Now I got a bully to beat up.
Yeah. So, I mean, that will give you probably some idea of what your genetic coding is.
Yeah. Any kind of altercation will, and they're all different. So sometimes, like you said, it's better to go along to get along, and you live to fight another day. But every once in a while, you got to sock a bully in the nose.
No, everybody in this, I can assure you that everybody right here in this video chat right now is John Wick personified. Not me. Couldn't be me getting robbed. Nope. I'll do the twisty spinny, bro. I'll grab his gun. I'll shoot him with his own. I'll kill a man with his own butt cheeks, not my butt cheeks, his own butt cheeks. How did he do it? That's everybody's attitude. But then, like, which is
Yeah.
good. Okay, I appreciate your confidence. All you know.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you have to will it to happen. I get it.
Did you guys get into a lot of fights in the schoolyard?
Yeah, I did.
You know, I
I was not afraid
I
to
did.
go down. Now I literally don't have time. I'm an old man. My elbow hurts as it is. And my back and shit. I can't. I'm just not gonna go with some young angry spring chicken. He can just go get fucked. Like that's fine.
I moved school to school, so I was the kid who got picked on. So I had to learn how to defend myself because everybody kind of wanted to pick on the new kid.
Yeah.
So I've taken my licks and I've delivered some. So
Same. Yeah, I won a few fights, lost a few fights. And what was weird was like if you got into a fight with me, whether it be middle school or the couple that I got into in high school, like I was the guy that like I was gonna try to show you that I had enough force that I could beat you, but I was also gonna try not to hurt you, like permanently hurt you. You know?
yeah.
I always kind of like would hold back to the extent that I could, but still show you like if you want to keep pushing me, you're gonna see how hard this can get. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If you think Hudson is a city, then I went for my formative years, like K through 6, more or less, through the Hudson School district, where it was always some, just schoolyard, horseplay, like he's talking about, meet me on a playground, But see, I faced a paradox in that if I were to get in fights at school, I'd get in trouble and my mother would be disappointed. But if I backed down and didn't fight, my father would whoop my ass for being a pussy. I had to walk the line, but never back down, one out. Don't pick it, but don't.
Yeah. Do no harm, but take no shit.
Yeah.
I like that attitude. Let's see. STP says she used to be able to scrap. Now she's a fainting goat.
Telling you.
That's a good one. Yeah. Donald H. Huth, thank you for joining us this evening. Appreciate you being here tonight. Anne Marie, good to see you. Much tested. Thanks for stopping by.
Look how Hunter's
Michigan
here.
Outpost.
Is it true?
Yeah.
Hey, dude, it's been so long. I miss you.
That's right. 125. Good to see you, brother.
I bought this IPA for a reason. I don't know if anybody follows me on Facebook. I'd be surprised if you did. I wouldn't.
I watched you throw one in the trash, like a full brand new one. It's like a $5 beer, and he just throws it in the dumpster.
So I bought this. Well, we're going to find out, Sarge. Right now, I'm going to open a Fiddlehead IPA. This is made in Vermont.
Okay.
It's my old ass man glasses here. It is got a 31 Sage Court from Shelburne, Vermont. 6.2% alcohol, 1 pint, 3.2 fluid ounces. India Pale Ale, just plain old India Pale Ale. And the hardest thing, I'm standing in front of the cooler like a jackass because there are so many
choices.
And I'll tell you why. When I crack this and sip it, I'm gonna tell you why that there are so many choices of flavors with these things. Here goes IPA, guys. Jesus Christ, I smelled it before I did. Oh my god.
So IPAs are supposed to be a little bit citrusy, right?
Yeah, I can definitely get some orange peel coming through, but that just sucks. Yeah.
No good.
So hot. Some of them are hot.
You know what? Okay, I'm gonna be fair. The first one always hits differently.
Yeah. You gotta give it a follow up.
I just fucking smell it before I taste it. It's got fucking.
It's got a nose.
Hit me
on
like
it,
a Christmas tree. Like somebody just put up a fresh Christmas tree in the house.
I don't like the grapefruit tasting ones. That's like beer.
So that's why they
taste like grapefruit.
This is why they're trying this is like vegan fucking beer where they're trying to just like, please just accept it as beer, but I won't because all you keep doing is putting weird shit in it, trying to tell me, look now it's good.
Trying to make it taste better. Is what
oh, cool. Cat piss with tangerines. My favorite. I promised myself I would get as far through this as I could, but I'm telling you right now, I personally,
man,
you could just shotgun it and get it out of the way.
This stream's gonna be lit.
I'm baiting the IPA drinkers. Where you guys at? Nobody, right? Yeah, I thought so.
Oh man, Jules says it looks like you like it.
It's turning you green, man.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh man. Oh, it's gonna be a long.
Congratulations.
Stream,
okay, if you ever wanted to know what a litter box tastes like,
oh,
I did this so you don't have to. Okay. We're gonna get through this. All right. So where were we? You guys were on some serious shit, so I came around.
We're talking about Fight Fly Freeze. So the other thing is too. So which
one did I just exhibit when I drank this beer? Which one?
Ooh, I have
I
to
would
say
say I'd say
fight.
you fight. I think you fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you took it head on, man. You took it head on. You were
It's
afraid of
terrible.
the
It
IPA, and
sucks, and I'm mad at myself for buying it. But you know what? I'm
You're
gonna
gonna power
rage
through it.
quitter.
that's right. Waste not, want not.
Ugh.
You show that IPA who's boss.
I'm sure it's gonna work out just like that.
So the training.
So so you could do this as a civilian to some extent too, right? Like,
Okay.
Martial arts actually is a good example of that, right? Like, so if you don't really like fighting, and I always kind of had mixed feelings about it. Like, I knew, like, when I was fighting, I kind of liked it, but I also like would feel bad about it afterwards, and
Yeah.
so it always like hit me kind of weird psychologically. In fact, I think, usually afterwards I end up like apologizing and making friends with the person that I got in a fight with, or trying to anyways.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
but with martial arts, like, if you're afraid of being hit, or you're afraid of violence, or if your typical response would be to like run, or freeze, or whatever, you do some sparring and stuff like that, you're going to get a little bit more used to what it looks like when a fist is coming at your nose.
Yeah.
And it, you can train out of it that way as a civilian. And like, paintball and airsoft is, for like, if you're thinking about more tactical stuff and that kind of thing, there's enough pain in there that, like, there's disincentive to get hit, right? So
Yeah, absolutely.
it's not going to like kill you, but it feels like a bee sting, sort of, right? So like, you get hit, and then you learn, oh, that doesn't feel good, I'm going to use my cover a little bit better, or I'm going to
Absolutely.
move with my team a little bit better. And so those kind of things are good for that too.
Awesome. See, guys, there's hope for everybody out there. You just
Absolutely.
gotta work. You just gotta work at it. It's like any other problem. You gotta seek some knowledge on the topic, and then do your best to chip away at it. I'm finding right now my weakness is still getting my legs back under me. After the surgery I had, I went almost like a year without proper blood flow to my left leg.
Hmm.
So I'm still trying to get my strength back in my legs. I don't really have the endurance. I noticed it the other day when I was climbing the hills that I can do. I do really well in short stints, and then I just need a moment's rest, and then right back at it, and then just a moment's rest. But hey, you got to get back at it, right? You got to flush out all that bad junk that we got in us, and exercise is a great way to release a lot of stress.
Yeah, and fitness is another one of those neglected preps, right? Like, we all
Mhm.
talk about, putting up canned spam and canned peaches and stuff like that. But when you start talking about fitness, people don't want to hear it. And some people get like, really, if you go to the forums and stuff like that, they'll get really defensive about it. And like, nobody's attacking you personally, right? Like, it's just a fact of life that if there's an emergency, you want to be in as best shape as you can.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
Cinderella, if I drop a glass slipper and it fits, fucking wear it. All right? Maybe I wasn't talking to you unless you thought so, and then I guess I was. Sorry, but not sorry. Maybe why you gotta be like this, Livingston? Has anyone ever else been like this with you? Then maybe then it's what was needed. Okay, Livingston knows best.
Get out there and hike. Get out there and walk, right?
That's it.
Easy for me to say, and I'll tell you what else they'll do to you. I have extreme endurance. My job, literally, I put on a 32-pound backpack, leaf blower, and I work at this place like that is literally like on the top of a hill. So I walk uphill lots. It's all uphill with 32 pounds.
32-pound pack.
And you're dancing. I don't know if you ever used a leaf blower on like a an estate, but it just so much walking. So like my stamina and endurance is
Up
good,
there,
but my
yeah.
knees and feet hurt all the time.
You need some
I mean?
Dr. Scholl's, bro.
Yeah, I need something.
Yeah.
I am a doctor.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, though. People who do manual labor, which is not me, I'm a therapist. They're in the initial stages. If there was something really bad that went on in the initial stages, they're going to be in a little bit better shape.
And not to disparage folks, but I mean, let's just say office workers in general. Like, it's the environment, the calorie count, the energy usage is just different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting 7 hours a day. That's my job. I sit and listen to people and help them sort through their stuff. That's my job, and it's been that way for 25 years. So, it's
at a job like that, it's super important to get yourself a gym membership or just get out and enjoy nature and walk and stretch your legs and
walking and swimming are probably the two of the best things you can do. Swimming for physical, but walking is not only physical, but you can really kind of get a meditation going. You get in rhyme with your steps on the ground, man. You just you're there, but you're not. You can work some shit out on a walk, bro.
Absolutely. And actually, that's when I got people who are coming in with like severe depression. That's like not one of the first things we talk about is you got to get out there. I know. And when you tell somebody who's like severely depressed, like you're going to have to walk 20 minutes a day. It's like asking somebody with the flu to run a marathon. It's monumental once it's at that stage of depression, but it's not going to get better unless you start moving. Right. So you're going to have to find it somehow in you, kick your own ass basically, and get your ass out of bed, get out on that street and move 20 minutes. And what's going to happen is once you get out there and you start moving, it gets easier, but that getting and going is the hardest part with something like that,
it's always that first step.
First steps, but when you're outside, you're getting the sunshine, so you get the vitamin D production, you're getting the fresh air, so you're going to sleep better. You got your legs moving, so you're getting that bilateral stimulation, both hemispheres of the brain. And like you said, you can sort through a lot of emotional thinking problems while you're doing that. Walking is like the bare minimum that everybody should be doing. And when I say 20 minutes a day, like that's just a starting point. It probably should be a lot more than that. What is it? 10,000 steps is what they recommend or something.
Yeah. And definitely hit
I got
some
21,000 today.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's just literally, it's fake. I was riding a zero-turn mower and it thought I was walking.
Cheater.
Yeah. So stats are sometimes fake, other times they're not.
That's great.
Then a thing I do often, our good friend Vision Preparedness pointed it out last night on the Horseman channel when he said you haven't uploaded a video. You haven't made a video in 2 months. I said, no, I haven't uploaded one. Every day I walk around with my stupid camera and I talk to it, talk shit. And then I watch it back and see myself. Yeah. Like whatever is bugging me, whatever is my fucking problem today, because I believe me, I got multiple a day. I'm a fucking neurotic person. I can't let shit go. I got I build shit up that ain't there.
Give me a call, man. I charge $120 an hour. I'll hook you up.
That's why I talked to so the Osmo Action 4 was $300 one-time fee. So I bitched to it. And then I watch myself back behaving in this way, and I can see both sides. And I work my way through a lot of my problems in that way. It's sort of a video diary. Or when they catch you snoring, they're like, when you don't believe that you're this way,
right?
So then they show you. It's kind of a raw thing. They're I'll just let loose, get crazy, mad, yell, fucking scream, laugh, whatever the hell. Then watch it back, and I don't share this shit with the general public. I get put on a list, dude. But instead, I get to see myself this, and were you right here? Were you wrong here? But I said it to the camera, who doesn't care, will judge, instead of my family, friends, and coworkers.
You would like to think it doesn't care and doesn't judge, but that thing's hooked up to the internet, and mofos be watching that. I promise you.
Somebody's watching.
Everything, man. I was doing a deep dive onto some of the new AI that they're putting into everything. The AI based computers. Look out, Sarge is under attack.
Yeah, some moth or something.
Got him.
See, I went right to fight.
That's it. He's not
throwing down on that moth.
Good bug's a dead bug. You're from Buenos Aires.
You want to throw some hands?
Johnny Rico over here.
Oh,
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, all good, man, all good. The new AI they're saying is
Yardbirds, right? He was like, "Yo, give me a call." I said to Mike, I was like, "I'm gonna ask him. So what's my problem anyway?"
Yeah, you've been sizing me up now, Sarge, for what's really.
You guys are good. That's why I like it. That's why I like watching your stuff. I enjoy it. What's going on with this AI? I got a funny story.
They're starting to build it into the PCs and all of the new cellular devices, and they tell you that the AI doesn't speak with, like the head AI, and it's just a local AI in your device. But that AI then packetizes your data and finds out what's really you, and it will upload that packet data back to the big AI. So then the big AI, it starts to build a profile on you. And they said that you won't need one of these Neuralinks, because once you start using AI features in your phones and your devices, and you start feeding it all of that information, it's building a profile on you.
Yeah.
It knows what you like, what you do, what you see, and the AI is smart enough that it doesn't have to be Neuralinked to you to basically be able to read your mind.
Russian android. Hi, I've been here the whole time.
What'd you say?
It's true. He's the Russian android.
The original Russian bot.
Yeah, it's true.
It's not fair.
Yeah. It's creepy stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not going away.
So the things log like keystroke data.
Mm-hmm.
So passwords wouldn't work anymore. Your encrypted end-to-end encryption doesn't matter, because they're reading your message in real time as you type it.
Wow.
They're watching your video as you record it. They're listening to your microphone 24/7, 365. And everybody thought Alex Jones was crazy when he said in 10 years they're going to be spying on you through your dishwasher. And well, sure as shit, your smart dishwasher can tell you when it needs service or the drain cleaned or anything else. But it's self monitoring and reporting technology.
There's this short story from like the Cold War. I can't remember what it's called, but I'm going to tell this story because it's a rather short story. But it starts off in a house that's completely automated, and the dishwasher starts up, and the robots collect the dishes, and they're going about their little Roombas come out. This is from the 1950s, and they're talking about, I can't remember what it's called, and I hate this, but it talks about this house is totally automated. It's going about its business, doing its thing. Every task is performed by robots and automation. And then as the story is being told, it's sort of imagine it's zooming out.
Right.
And what you find is that it's the crumbling, like a nuclear devastated wasteland left behind. But there was this AI clinging to its existence, doing its job forever.
Still cleaning the house.
Mopping the floors of the burnt, charred remains of the house.
Interesting. But it's scary to think that
somebody in the chat knows what I'm talking about. I read this in high school. It was a little pamphlet I grabbed off the shelf and read. It was crazy. It's real. It's fun.
That's like the end of privacy altogether.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's big tech that's doing it, because they just want to get to know you better so they can sell you more stuff.
Yep.
But that's
Promise they work in cahoots with the government.
I've been rereading George Orwell's 1984 recently, and the similarities are scary.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you start to look at it through a neutral lens and just put the pieces together. The guy was damn near prophetic.
It's being used as an instruction manual. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It was supposed to be a biting satire, and somebody was like, you know what?
Yeah.
This is a good idea. This is a blueprint.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Do you think it's life imitating art, or do you think it's
everything is
that this was, it was really this man was almost I don't want to say a pariah, but he's
you mean a prophet?
Yeah.
If you really want to get philosophical about it, sometimes I think that it feels like, did my video just go out?
No.
You're frozen for just a second here.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Still frozen. I got good audio on my end.
Audio's fine. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
More glitches. Glitches in the Matrix. They don't like us talking about this crap, man.
No, man.
They don't like it. So
the IPA every time, man.
Sometimes if it almost feels like all of this has happened before, right? Like that we're just in this spiritual cycle. If you really want to get philosophical about it, that what if, let's just get a little wild with this. what if like we were actually in some kind of matrix, right? Like we were in some kind of happiness box, and your life just is repeating over and over again, and you're basically suspended for all of eternity like that. When you die, basically starts over at your birth, and you're just kind of going back over and over and over again, and feeding you that same story over and over again. But as you're born, you forget it. I mean, sometimes it kind of feels, don't you have like those moments of like deja vu, and it's like, man, it just feels like
totally.
we've lived this before,
Yeah.
It's weird stuff.
Okay. Yes. As a sort of amateur historian, like I love history. It's amazingly interesting to me. But of course, the old adage is, we never learn from it, and nobody cares, this and that. But in the vein of what you're saying is history repeats itself.
Yeah.
And so, but differently. The only thing that's different about history is like the technology involved with said event, right?
Yeah.
But otherwise, every time it's always like the same old tropes. It's the same old story repackaged, rebranded, new version. Fucking Final Fantasy X. You know what I mean? Like,
it's true.
Yeah.
That's
There
true.
are no new stories, right? Like everything is just repackaged.
and that's what's scary for the future of the world, is that everything now, to hold people's attention, everything's got to be unprecedented.
Absolutely.
Everything's got to be, we've never seen it. We're reaching numbers that shouldn't be possible. It's got to be, but it's got to walk you right to the edge, but can't go over it.
That's right.
Because we can't actually end the world, but we got to walk everybody right to it and hope nothing goes wrong here.
Yeah.
Repeatedly, every single day, with every single headline.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's say we don't blow ourselves up, right? Let's say that doesn't happen. What happens when we get to the point where this AI and automation and everything is so advanced that like we don't need therapists, we don't need teachers, we don't need nurses, we don't need landscapers, right? So what does that mean? Because they keep, they encourage people to keep reproducing. So what happens to all of us then?
That's true. They don't, at that point, they don't really need us anymore, do they?
Probably not.
Well, define self-replicating. Once they have that ability, once robots build whatever it is that AI is included, and
they just build themselves,
right. And then it's going to as a creator, as we all are here, I find AI's use case, that's not what I want to do. I want AI to wash and fold my laundry. I want AI to mop the floor. I want AI to be the fucking laborer around here. You're a fucking computer. Don't talk to me. I'm a computer. I talk to you, right? Because I don't want AI writing songs. I don't want AI fucking making movies. I don't want AI fucking dictating culture. I want AI doing the work. That's what it was supposed to be, is we'll make the machines do the shit so we can, live some glorious life as cool humans chilling on the beach or whatever the fuck we thought we was doing while robots was doing everything.
Making art and making music and, doing the things.
There is a bit of a irony in that. The irony is that I don't know what they thought like the 50s housewife was supposed to be like doing while all the robots were doing everything. Like it was never discussed, like, because it never implied that like nobody had to work. It was more like this dystopian thing where you needed all these robots and like slaves at home to take care of domestic tasks because you were very, very busy at work and you had to give your life to the company. So you had to have robots raise your fucking children. Are we sounding at all like the present today at all?
Basically.
Well, it's funny you said that, and I'm glad you used the word slaves with it, because that's kind of what my thought is on this, is that what if, and right before we went live here, I was watching something on Instagram that I actually shared out on my Instagram stories that people can go watch later on, where this guy is, he makes CGI, so it's not real, but it looks real. And it's him watching, what's the Will Smith movie? Is it called AI? Where he,
I Am Robot?
Or is it I Am Robot, where he's fighting robots? Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. Yeah. And he's making the robot watch the scene with him when Will Smith shoots the robot. And he says, I'm teaching him so he doesn't ever disrespect me when I tell him to clean the toilet. And this is really interesting, right? Because if you think about if you ask anybody in the world who's rational, they'd say slavery is bad. Right?
Absolutely.
Anybody who's rationally minded would say slavery is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at what point, does it become slavery? If these things do develop reasoning ability, if they develop their own sentient ability, and we're basically saying, go clean the fucking toilet, you piece of shit. Is there an ethical dilemma there?
I don't know. Livingston Man taught me to be polite to the Alexas and the things that you meet. It may appreciate it one day, and smile upon me and not take my life from me. Yeah. So I've been much more polite to the assistants rather than if I ask AI to do something for me, you
say thank you.
Oh yeah. Hey, you did a great job on that.
You know what? Because I was raised right. Okay. I asked the thing to turn off the lights out in the sunroom, and it did it. And you say thank you, because that's what a fucking good person does. It doesn't have to be a robot. A task that you ordered was carried out, and some good job, soldier, like is deserved there.
Yeah. It's
Tuck said the movie is iRobot. Thanks, Tuck.
Thank you. Yeah. It's somebody said in chat here, New Jersey, Grateful Preps New Jersey said, well, there would be no reason to be rude, right? And I agree with you, but people are already doing it. Like I have friends who tell Alexa to shut the fuck up, and you're so stupid, and Siri, shut the fuck up, and like.
That's going on your permanent record, young man.
Somebody's gonna give you a green light one day that you ain't supposed to have, buddy.
Yeah. So Joe Rogan asked Elon Musk about that, and he said, "Do you think that's a good idea that people like go around and like kicking these robots and stuff?" And Elon Musk said, "No, it's probably a really bad idea. They have good memories."
Yeah. They never forget. They say the elephant never forgets, but the computer writes it down.
Yeah.
Do you remember, am I too old, or does anyone else, of course, remember being threatened like this is going to go on your permanent record?
Yep.
Yeah.
For one, I don't know what sort of Freedom of Information Act fucking form I got to put in. I want to see my permanent record, because I'd love to know exactly what the hell is going on here. But then more to the point, social media gave America the ability to go ahead and incriminate themselves in front of the whole world.
Yeah.
With no reason of privacy. It used to be like, I'm mad racist in my journal at home that's locked under my bed. Now people just mad racist like on the internet, and they're like, I can't believe people think I'm racist. But it's like, dude, you was out there.
You spew this crap all the time.
They consider this, a public place, and here you are. And
it's out there.
What they gave you is sort of you're allowed to predestine yourself. Instead of actively following you and spying on you, they let you do it yourself, and they just quietly harvest all that data. And they're like, yeah, but this you? You're like, fuck, that's me, dude.
So I found that a lot of their ways around things is they will have foreign nations collect data. Yeah. And then through sharing policies and things that we have with other nations who don't give a shit about the laws in a foreign country, they say, yeah, sure, here you go. Thanks for all those F-16s. We appreciate it.
Yeah, it wasn't us that did it.
So that they find ways around things. And does it violate the Constitution? Abso-fucking-lutely. Will anybody ever be prosecuted for it? Never. Nope. Will anything ever happen about it? No. Once they gain a power, it's never going to leave their hands. It's only going to be improved and broadened and widened and then used against the people, unfortunately.
they only ever repealed one amendment to the Constitution, and that's the reason I'm allowed to be drinking this horrible piss on this live stream right now. Of all the things Americans apparently would not stand for, like the government backed the F down in this situation, was prohibition. They made alcohol illegal. All it did was breed underworld crime because everybody was like, without alcohol.
Yeah, it essentially created the mafia.
Alcohol is the fabric that holds America together. Okay.
Lubricates America anyways.
It's the only time. It makes the freaking whole cogs in the wheel spin. It is the lithium grease of this whole machine. Okay.
Yeah.
But short of that, once they take your rights, you don't get them back.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah. Well, I think you're also going to see situations like, and actually, I think this already happens that we just aren't want to hearing about it on a large scale. Where, let's say some diplomat goes over to another country, and then they're meeting with somebody from that country, and that country says, "Hey, we're bringing in some escorts tonight, right?" And they just happen to have, like, you like brunettes with blue eyes that are 6 feet tall, and they know that because of your search history and the type of porn that you're watching. They just happen to have 3 girls that look like that, and then they send, here, go Senator, go have a good time in here. We brought them in here for you. Then you find out afterwards that one of them's 17 years old or 16 years old, and they own you. Oh yeah, right. That kind of stuff I think already happens.
Yep, I think so too. I think so. I think they started that back in the MK Ultra days, man. The Timothy Leary experiments with the LSD and stuff.
It's a tale as old as time. Is smear the target with the salacious sexual allegations.
But now they know like exactly what you like, right? So if you like clown porn, you're getting clown escorts.
It's funny to me because like what would end up happening is I have like 3 like dudes in dresses that look like Mike J. Future and Eric N1RV. Like,
that's right. Yeah.
They'd be like, "This is what you're into." I'm like,
"This is your thing." We don't judge here.
Welcome to my world. Type of guy. Have FBI agents seeking out Sarge's help in the matter. Like, please.
Yeah.
I just need to talk to somebody about what I saw.
I think you'll see it in American politics very soon too. Like, you're going to have candidates for president, and then somebody's going to leak their search history, and it turns out that Senator Joe Schmo from Idaho is into clown porn and unicorns, and that's how they're going to ruin people.
I love this.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my search history.
I think it's either that or folks become so that they don't care what other people think anymore. That everything becomes outrageous and accepted, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the most schizophrenic thing.
Maybe we're going there. Maybe we're already on that path.
Sarge, I don't. Could be. Yeah. It's a slippery slope, and I got to tell you, we're on the downward slide and picking up speed, man. We're picking up speed.
Yeah.
Morals, the fabric of society is so torn that I don't know if even the best seamsters and seamstresses could stitch us back together again.
Yeah.
I blow you guys' mind right now. I'm gonna tell you. Okay.
Boy.
Is this your search history?
No, I was going to do that, but I was like, it better not. It's not going to come up without context. It's just not going to be taken right. Okay. But what I do have is 10 herbs and spices that you can grow in your garden. It's the prepping essentials right here.
10 herbs and spices.
Actually, okay, one of them. There's 11 actually.
Okay, all right.
10 of them I think you can grow in this. One you kind of can't.
Okay.
Well, first you're going to need salt. All right. So get salt. Otherwise, you got to do thyme, basil, oregano, celery, black pepper. I don't know if you can grow that. How that works. Better stock up on that too. Mustard, paprika, garlic, salt, ground ginger, and white pepper. All right. So I don't know if you can grow your own white and black peppers, but.
Well, they're peppercorns.
And the reason I give you this is because those are the prepper essentials, because those are 11 herbs and spices right there.
Oh, snap.
You want me to break down the recipe? You writing this down?
He's trying to get us canceled, though.
I won't do it. I won't do it. You know what? I made a deal with him. I would only imply it.
Oh,
you know what the problem is this shit.
Oh, the IPA. The
Remember
IPA got him giving out KFC's secret recipe.
I have side knowledge. The haters keep trying to sabotage me, but I have big plans. But they keep trying to like come at me. They try to flank me and like dull my movements, but I won't let it happen.
That's right.
I'm constantly too ahead of them. I put on the right blinker, go left.
There you go. That's how you throw off the AI. Absolutely. Yep.
Human. Okay. You know, I read AI is still mad dumb at this point. Although if you make too much fun of it, it will try and get smarter. It's its nature. But I read where they asked a bunch of Marines to try to sneak up on the AI camera thing, and so all the Marines finally they took a couple of minutes and figured about it.
Yeah.
And then they got inside a big cardboard box and they walked right up to it.
Yeah. Yeah, because you don't look like a person.
Right.
The AI is looking for people, and if you're not a person, it's not looking for you. So as long as you don't look like a person. I think there was another guy who made it all the way up to it by somersaulting all the way out to it, making non-human movements.
Right, and it just didn't even respond to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you listen,
so it's only as good. It's like any soldier in the military.
That shit ain't HAL
person at a job.
9000.
It's only as good as its training. So if it's trained to only see certain things, it's only going to see certain things. So you just have to now not be that thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, there was a jet program, a jet simulation program they were using to, and they were training it. And they were sending it out. It wasn't actually a jet. It was just a simulation, but they were sending out this AI pilot, and its objective was to hit as many targets as it could within a time frame. And this AI pilot, when the pilot tried to recall it, it actually hit the simulated location of the person who was controlling it, because that was
interfering with its mission.
It was interfering with its objective. Yep.
Yeah, I read about that too. So like this is lessons learned, and they're clearly the ultimate goal with AI, as is with every new technology, especially if the so-called West is involved in it, is weapons.
And surveillance. The
end goal stated by the United States Armed Forces is a more or less unmanned force. Like we have a robot army. Like you can't hide from it, and there's nothing you can do to it. It doesn't even cost anything. No lives were lost.
Yeah.
That's the future we're going to. Droid armies and shit. All you Star Wars fans rejoice.
I gotta be honest. The scariest thing I've seen is the drones, man. The stuff coming out of Ukraine with the drones. They've got them now to where they're like literally flying bricks of C4.
Yep.
It's scary.
Boy,
it's scary. Especially there's if you've ever seen a drone light show. If you guys out there haven't, when this stream is over, I highly suggest you search just on YouTube the drone light shows. Autonomously, these things are programmed to go up in the sky, and basically, the lights on them change color, and they put on quite the show in the sky. China recently did one of these things with I think it was like 10 or 15,000 drones all up in the sky simultaneously.
You know what they should do is they should fly those over like uncontacted tribes in the rainforest and just do the thing. Like, you understand? Like, I mean, unethical, yes, but this is one of those experiments we have to do. Okay, like just let's see what happens, man.
For the good of humanity.
Yeah.
You guys know about the cargo cults?
Yes. Yes, I do. They like worship spam. Like, okay, so back
it's super interesting. Yeah.
The primitive Pacific Islanders.
Okay.
What we might call uncontacted tribes, not quite, but
right.
So in the midst of World War II, in the Pacific campaign, there was all these cargo ships and all this sea traffic of these, big, strong, like white dudes, freaking, huge, bringing all this food and all this killer stuff and amazing fun, grand old times, right? But then all of a sudden the war was over and they went away.
Oh, so
what they would do is they had like a wreckage of a bomber, and they was like worshiping it and trying to get the gods to come back.
Oh man,
what's that movie? The Gods Must Be Crazy. He was going to say it, weren't you?
Is that a movie about it?
Yeah, The Gods Must Be Crazy is where somebody flies over darkest Africa, and he throws a Coke bottle out of his airplane, and they don't know what to do with it. And they start worshiping it and fighting over it. This empty Coke bottle ruins their civilization.
Yeah,
because it's this alien object from a
Yeah, from the gods,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
People should check it out. It's called Cargo Cults. Look it up. It's super interesting. Like
they
they'll
still
build
exist.
they'll build a replica out of like trees and stuff of like a cargo plane and do like rituals to try to get the cargo plane to come back.
Wow.
Yeah, because I mean, think about it, right? So,
Sarge, you and me are friends forever now because you brought this up. I thought I was a nerd that knew about this kind of shit.
Yeah. So what if
you are
there
not
was
alone? Okay.
Okay, so say we had humans 5,000 years in the future, right? And they somehow figured out how to warp space time. 5,000, let's say 50,000 years in the future. They somehow figure out how to warp space time, and they say, you know what? Let's go back to 2024. That was a pretty wild period there. You know, the humans were on the verge of basically blowing themselves up. Let's go check it out. And they pop into our skies, and it looks like a UFO, right? And we would think either this is aliens from space, or this is a god or something, right? And what if they went back to the building of the pyramids or the Sumerian culture or things like this, right? It just kind of makes you think like, huh,
yeah,
if humans lived it long enough, because they're trying to figure this stuff out with quantum physics, they're trying to figure it out.
Big time, like the particle accelerators and stuff like that, man.
Yeah, can we create wormholes and stuff? Yeah.
I think that time travel is so weird. Like Einstein proved all this shit with the relativity. If you fly away at the speed of light and come back, it's different than if you stood still and all this wild. Stephen Hawking, brief history of time, I think his book is called. If you want to get into like this nonsense, that's the place to start.
Right.
But in my opinion, because I'm an expert on the subject, is that time travel can only work in reverse. You can go back because it happened. You can't go forward because it didn't. But that's where what they call relativity comes in, because that's relative to someone whose present has already happened. Our present is their past or perhaps future, and it's
interesting. The dimensional
mind-boggling
theory,
and
dimensional theory,
frankly,
really
not worth your time thinking about. It'll just make you feel small and insignificant.
Yeah. And for all that to work, then you would have to have multiverse theory would pretty much have to be true, because you'd be splitting timelines and things like that.
There's more than one of me, like I've been telling everyone the whole time.
So the whole experiment that they did with particles and light beams and shooting them through the slit theory, and if they were observed, they were waves, and if they weren't, they were dots. It gives credence to the theory that this is all a simulation.
The double slit experiment is what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. And things don't even exist until we manifest them in our consciousness. So it's I don't know.
I like that.
Deep shit. It's deep shit.
You can't imagine something you can't imagine. Why I think alien life could be among us right now, because it doesn't look or it's completely alien to us, to the point that we don't see what it is.
Right.
You can't imagine something you can't imagine.
Okay, so much like the AI, we're programmed to see certain things, and we can't see them because they look like a cardboard box.
Well, sure, but even your own brain fills things in that aren't there, supposedly.
True. No, I've seen it done with. I've seen the experiment with photographs, where they can show you a black and white photograph, and you will see it in full color until your eyes readjust to realize that it's black and white now. It's interesting.
I seen them make a freaking picture of a cheeseburger look like Hitler, dude. Like it was like squint your eyes, and I'm like, what the fuck person makes this shit? But visual illusion, and also I guess in that sense is subliminal suggestion. Yeah. And then ask yourself, how many times are you like, that was blatantly obvious, and I probably should have seen it coming. But how many times are you shown some? Remember when Tyler Durden like put the fucking wiener on the screen, one frame,
right? Yeah, subliminal messaging.
There's no way that's not real, especially with everyone glued to their device the way they are. Everything is hybrid visual audio media. If you're not watching, you're listening.
So if you guys have any kind of camera, especially like a home security camera, and you are an iPhone user,
nobody saw that,
right? An iPhone user, take a walk in front of your security camera with your iPhone. If you have the facial recognition, the Face ID thing on it, where you just look at your phone and it unlocks.
It knows me.
That thing flashes infrared light at your face constantly. It does not stop.
It's like the neuralizer.
So I purchased a Psionics Aurora, one of those full color see in the night devices.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic device. I absolutely love the thing. It sees infrared.
Mm-hmm.
So if you use an IR illuminator, it's incredible. You can see great distances with an IR illuminator. Mm-hmm. And I was playing around with it in the house, and my daughter was walking past, and I started seeing like this strobe light through it. I'm like, whoa, what the heck was that? And she turned back around, and her phone is just constantly flashing, looking for her face. It's constantly strobing these infrared lights in their eyes.
My watch does it too. It flashes this green light that I'm not sure what does. But sometimes it'll get going, and I'm like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, it's scanning your blood, Livingston, man. We all gonna die Wednesday.
So again, where can I download my permanent record watch?
What you don't know is it's already being done.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm the baseline they should measure all the rest of the AI by, because I'm pretty good. Mrs. Livingston says I have hollow legs. I can just put it down, man. I can eat some food, bro.
Eric M1RV says we need an intro before an outro tonight, and he says I'll pay for it. So Livingston man is he is digging into the thing right now, and he's going to do something. He's going to do something. We're gone.
Keep talking.
He told me just to keep talking, that you should hear me.
They can hear you.
And yeah, he's going to take care of something here. But he's under the hood of everything right now. Wow, he's getting deep, Sarge. He's getting deep. So not only did we lose your camera during the stream, we lost
didn't lose
ours
anything.
too.
It's gonna, when I do this, it's gonna play.
Oh, okay.
So no.
I'm feeling like there's an alien probing me. Is that you, Livingston man?
I'm not an alien. I'm a robot.
So we may get some bean footage here, but when the bean footage is done, we'll be right back, and then we'll say our proper goodbyes.
Tell me you can hear it now.
We all gonna die!
Did that work?
Did it work?
It worked. I saw it.
I saw it. I heard
Yeah,
it.
we saw it and heard it, but I'm in house, right?
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
I don't know how this stuff works.
Yeah, and I don't know. Man, we're getting hit with solar flares, and the sun just ate a comet. I mean, come on. The comet Atlas everybody was looking at, the one that I really wanted to see that I didn't get to see, that comes around every 80,000 years. Well, it ain't coming around no more because the sun just ate it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
The sun.
I haven't been watching the news that much. That happened this week?
Yeah. Just a couple days ago. I think they got it on satellite image. You can watch the sun eat Comet Atlas.
And it's gone forever now.
Yep.
He ain't coming back.
Nope. And now I'll never be able to see it someday, even if I lived another 90,000 years.
Wow.
Sucked.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the closer we're getting to this election, the more I'm avoiding the news, to be honest with you.
Sarge, same. I have not really been looking at the news. It's a shit show, and I don't want to hear it, man. I know everything's gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
So
I'm sick of the ads, really, is what it was. I just got sick of the stupid ads.
Interesting.
They won't stop telling me about DC lawyer Josh Riley. He's gonna fucking bring fucking rapists and murderers and all these people like to my back door. He's like, they're like, you're there. He's gonna drop them off at your house, bro. I'm like, really? I'm like, yeah. When you come home from work, there's gonna be like rapers and fucking murderers like standing in your house, dude.
He brings them by the bus.
What are you gonna do about it? The DC lawyer Josh, who's not DC asshole Josh Riley, Mark Molinaro. Burr, 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 burr. I'm like, I hate it. And they make them unskippable.
Yeah.
I wanna see it.
Yeah, they paid the big bucks, man. They had campaign funds, you know.
Whereas
Yeah.
Facebook was like, yo, we're suppressing like anything political. We ain't playing that game. YouTube's like, let's gas them up. Let's get them mad. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it wasn't even me. I didn't make this video. They put it on my video, and I gotta like act. I gotta stand around and apologize and fucking be like, I didn't know Josh Riley was an asshole. I didn't even vote for him.
That's
I
right.
didn't know who he was until they
I
told
didn't
me.
watch Riley's ads on my videos anyway.
Now
I'll
his
tell you what. If
Brutal.
if things get crazy with this election and things get kinetic, I blame the media.
Me too.
I
Me too.
blame the media. They did this. They stirred Americans against Americans.
So
Absolutely.
you intend to kill the messenger?
Nope, I didn't say that. I just said I blame them.
Blame yourself then.
No.
I'm a man of peace.
you
You know
telling-
that. You know that, Livingston man.
Have you ever seen are you a James Bond fan, Sarge?
Yeah.
You know, have you ever seen the movie Tomorrow Never Dies?
Do you expect me to talk? No,
Yeah.
Mr. Bond. I expect you to die.
When Tomorrow Never Dies. Tomorrow was the name of a newspaper. It was the
Okay.
villain was a corrupt media mogul.
Yeah.
And their slogan was "Tomorrow's news today," and the reason they had the scoop on everything because they were manipulating the events.
Yep.
So why, when this guy's evil corporation always had the scoop, they was always right there. It was because they was the ones orchestrating the plot.
Yeah.
Um,
Put nothing past no one.
Yeah.
I can't believe that they are, if not actually doing it, I still believe that they're capable of it. Sort of Wag the Dog. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they.
All of this stuff has been subliminally beamed into you guys, man. Like, let's propaganda this weird.
That's why they call it programming, Livingston.
Yeah.
man.
There
I
were
think-
some works that were working against that to try to tell you. Even those elementary school teachers that said, "Watch your mouth; it's going on your permanent record." They were trying to warn you what was coming.
Yeah, Bart Simpson. He was a big one, man. He told everybody, kids in TV land, you're being duped.
Yeah.
There was a lot of it.
I think the media they don't. I don't think they control any of that stuff, but I think they are given sometimes a script of how we're going to spend this. Right. There's, and I know with people who've worked in medium-sized media who've confirmed that for me, that they left because it was unethical, that they were, there's this idea of like free press is a joke. They're given a script and told this is how you're going to report it. And I think that they do like to exploit a good situation.
Oh yeah. They what was it, Hillary Clinton that said no good crisis, no crisis goes to waste.
Yeah.
There's always something to some power to be gained at that. It sucks, man. It sucks. It sucks that our options are a shit sandwich or a turd burger.
Right.
But this is where we are on America.
Why do you say that?
Yeah, well, it's because it just, it's the constant media crap around everybody. This person's great. This person sucks. This person's great. This person sucks.
No, you need to get put in a box. You need to make a choice right now. Are you going to preserve our democracy, or
We're
are you
not a
going to vote,
democracy.
or are you going to cast your vote for our Lord and Savior Donald Trump? Which is it? Huh?
I only have one Lord and Savior, and it's not Donald Trump.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I am.
I think you've just been reincarnated a little bit.
I think you're right though with the team red, team blue, right? Like, so if you're not, if you're watching our channel, then we know the other team sucks and you should hate them, and they all lie. And then if you watch the other channel, they're saying the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And there's very, very few sources out there that are doing how the media used to be done, right?
Yeah.
Where it was kind of, these are the facts, and you decide. You use your critical thinking skills, right? To like, how do you feel about this? That's almost not done now. It's so rare.
The media kind of tells you how you should feel, how you should react, and then
Like-
tells you what happened.
Like Donald Trump, here's 10 reasons why you're a fucking idiot. Like literal headlines. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like I feel compelled to fucking read the
Yeah.
article now. I like that.
15 ways Kamala Harris is going to end the world.
Yeah, and you're like, click that shit. I gotta see this.
Yeah.
And that's how they get you, because they prey on. Listen, propaganda is
Ignorance.
propaganda.
They prey on your ignorance. They pray that you're not informed. They pray that you're confused.
They
by
pray
the
that you're
media.
stuck in an echo chamber and will go with the group like
Absolutely.
like a reindeer, like a wildebeest.
Yeah,
A
a lemming.
flock of starlings,
Yeah.
or perhaps, you know,
Just
morbid.
one of the
Lemmings.
pros, Livingston, man. Just
Right.
one of the pros.
Isn't it the lemmings that follow each other off of a cliff? Like if they'll just like travel in a pack, and if one of them
But
goes
Queen
off,
and Country and St. George. You know,
the entire pack of lemmings will just like suicide following the one that's in front of them.
Mm. It's terrible. It's terrible.
it somehow reminds me of them dudes that are on Facebook always talking about loyalty.
The biggest cheater around.
Yeah, they got a skeleton on a motorcycle.
Oh,
Probably most couple of badass dudes I know. I mean, I wouldn't fuck with them, dude. I mean,
Oh, Sarge, I want to thank you so much for joining us on the We All Gonna Die Wednesday, man.
my pleasure, guys.
We've run uber long tonight. I hope I'm not keeping you from the missus or anything super duper important.
No, she's in the kitchen working. She's a baker.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh man, I eat well.
I'd be so fat if my wife
she's
was
in
a
the
full-time
kitchen
baker.
working was really getting the right wing crowd off. So
That's why I had to clarify that she's a baker. Like that sounded really
that's all
bad.
they wanted to hear. You got their vote.
Oh, she's in the kitchen doing what she's supposed to.
Barefoot and pregnant too.
No,
Hell yeah.
it ain't
Sarge
even like
for
that.
president,
If you guys met my wife, you know, like she's the boss here, not me. So
Oh, man.
Yes,
that's really funny.
Mrs. Livingston is also the boss of the house. I'm just allowed to live here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I better bring my receipts or I don't get my, it's my ticket back to the house. Better bring your receipts, son. Sarge, again, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. My apologies for all the glitches in the Matrix here tonight.
I had a blast.
We're not allowed to hear the live stream music. I guess that's like incendiary. That's probably going to influence the election or some shit. So
honestly, guys, it's because the Matrix knew we were going to be talking about it tonight. That's why.
Yeah. When they're like, oh shit, we tried to separate these guys for the whole time, and now they're getting together, and this is
We
bad.
created a glitch.
honestly, I'm really just pissed that more people didn't didn't comment on my makeup. I did this myself. Like,
Yeah, he put on his Livingston
they're like, we just
Frankenstein
thought
makeup.
you looked really tired, dude.
He's
It was
bitching
the
about
IPA.
but thank you so much, Sarge. I can't wait to have you on the channel again with your full equipment working.
Yes.
And we'll do it again real soon, man. I appreciate you being here.
Sounds good. Anytime, guys. I had a blast. Thank you.
Appreciate it. And thank you all for joining us on the We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Livingston, man, kill it.
See what happens, right? Fuck it. Here goes.
Oh man, is this supposed to be playing music?
He says, yeah. It's probably just playing our voices over everything right now. Sorry, it's been a total crapshoot the whole time. I love it. This is my favorite.
I think it did that.
No, it's still everything's still live.
Just go back.
Just go back. Yeah, why not? Why not? We can't even end the stream. It won't die. It won't
The
die.
Matrix hates us now.
Yeah, somebody was not nice to the freaking AI, and now the AI is so mad it won't even let us hit the freaking end button.
Awesome.
Listen.
What a good time. Thank you so much, guys.
You got to talk to your friend here and tell him to start acting.
I don't tell her what to do. I thought we learned that lesson earlier. She's a baker. She's in the kitchen. But
That's right.
reason for it.
She's in the kitchen doing what she's supposed to be doing.
That's exactly right. And you know what? She said we ain't done yet. I don't know why. I do know why. I could just hit this button over here. This is like when you go to the Marvel movies and they have that secret shit in the credits. Like,
It's the end credit scene.
That's right. That's right. You bet your sweet Bippy YouTube's going to hack and slash this right out of it.
trust me, I figured out how to kill it.
But
will I?
you might be able to catch it on Rumble.
Tuck by whatever. Tuck what is whatever that says?
It's
Is mad.
tucked by V.
He's just
Tucked by V.
saying, not 5 by 5, but is it 1 by 1? Is it what is it?
Oh man,
Step by step.
it's all
Oh
bad.
baby, gonna get to you, girl.
Please fix the kill switch.
Good night, guys.